Hey guys, just want to talk about the shoulder girdle and shoulder care. So as we've discussed in previous videos, with an injury, there's an acute phase and a chronic phase. During the acute phase, that's inflamed, there's pain, okay? This is not the time to stretch or strengthen, right? During the acute phase, you want to rest as much as possible, get some nutrients in there, feed it properly, all right? And then just very, very, very gentle, easy movements. In the chronic phase, that means where there's like a dull ache or, it's a sort of a long-term thing. That's what this video is for, where we can use to just stretch things out gently. And to prevent it from coming back, we'll use these stretches and some strength exercises that I'll discuss in another video, okay? So now, first of all, looking at the shoulder girdle itself. So the collarbone starts here, comes across here and over the back. The collarbone protects this ball and socket joint. If you imagine that and that, that's giving you a reasonable idea of what's going on in here. There's a ball and socket, and the ball is attached to this, to my humerus here, to my arm bone, right? Okay, and then at the back, my scapula. The scapula, the shoulder blade should be able to slide freely across the ribs. So you should be able to see or feel it move when we're doing this movement, okay? Very quick test, just to tell roughly what's going on with people's shoulders, is the back scratch test. This hand goes between the shoulder blades facing up. This hand comes down, and can the fingertips touch? If so, you're laughing. If not, you can get maybe a rope or a stick or something like that. Drop it down, grab a hold of it with the lower hand and pull up with the upper hand, and then repeat that until you've gone as far as you're gonna go, and holding that stretch for say 10, 12 seconds, and then repeating the same thing on the other side, okay? But before we do our stretching, we wanna do our mobility. So the first one that we do is our circles. So you go circles forwards, circles backwards. And what I make my jiu-jitsu guys do is they go one forward, one back, so that they get in the habit of doing the sort of coordination exercises and stuff like that. But don't worry too much about that for now. Let's just play, okay? So what stretches have we got then? First one, arm comes across the chest, hand behind the elbow, not this side of the elbow. You want to go here and pull this. And again, 10, 12 seconds is a good time. Okay? Next one, head down forward, elbow behind the neck, hand on the base of the elbow, pulling up. And again, 10, 12 seconds is a good time for that stretch. Okay? Now, I would do sets of like 3. So you do 3, or you do left, right, 3 times, okay? Next one then, all I'm gonna do here is just turn my palms, all right? So I imagine that my wrists are fixed in this position. If I tilt the camera, you'll see that a little better. My wrists are fixed in this position. I'm gonna rotate my hands as far as they can, and that turns my shoulders. Okay, so if you watch from the side, you should be able to see this now. By rotating my hands, I keep the rotation going as twist, 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 and I get so far, I can only go so far here, and then the rotation has to go here, all right? So I'm gonna do that waist high, then I'm gonna do it ribs, floating ribs high, and then I'm gonna do it shoulder high. Okay, and for as long as you feel, a couple of minutes is plenty of time, 90 seconds is plenty of time to be doing that, all right? Next thing that we can look at then, well, I could do a rope turn, which is where I tie a rope to something, grab onto the rope, and I rotate my body around, and I come back. And all I'm doing is I'm holding the rope behind me and just turning and turning here. It's gonna have that same effect, that rotation, but just that you can do it behind the body. Just you might find that just pulls, it eases things on the front and the top here, okay? One of my little favorites, I take a broom handle or dowel or whatever you may have, hands on the outside, and from here, straight the way over, straight the way back. See if you can do it without your arms bending. And then as you come in a bit, you'll find that your arms will have to bend to do this, okay? But see if we can go all the way over and all the way back. And then I go one side. So this hand is fixed in position. This one moves. Then this one's fixed in position. This one moves, okay? And then from here now, I'm gonna go all the way over, all the way over. So I'm gonna go over, fix, over, fix. One hand is fixed while the other one moves. and then change direction. Okay. Next one that we're going to have a look at. I know I'm going through these quite fast, but I just want to kind of give you a taste rather than too much in depth, right? If anybody wants to, I'll organize a shoulder seminar. You guys can come in here and we'll do it in here. Take a rubber ball. You want a fairly firm one now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the rubber ball where I want to massage, okay? I bend my knees a little bit because I want to be able to go up and down. Put the ball on the wall, okay? Ball is here, bend my knees, put it in my shoulder blade, bring the arm across, and now I can use that ball to get right into where it's, oh, there, just there. That's perfect for me right now. And I can just roll that. And it gives me the ability to give myself a massage, to reach where I wouldn't otherwise be able to reach. So you put that against the wall, bend your knees a tiny little bit, press it in, bring the arm across, then press it in, and then just rolling around, okay? The last thing then that I'll use for shoulder exercises, the last two things. One is a dead hang. I just grab a bar and just let my body flop, okay? Not to be done when in pain, but the two things that I use to fix any shoulder issues that I've had is a dead hang, where I just grab a bar overhead and let my body fall. And then Indian clubs. So an Indian club, I'll show you later on, it's a club about so long, right? Roughly, they vary a little bit. It's got small weight this end, okay? And it wants to be a small weight. And from here, I have a series of movements that I'll go through. So I've got the forwards and backwards this way. Then I've got forwards and backwards extended, where I go back to like the archer reaching for the quiver, right? So I'm pulling from here, and you throw the weight. And then from here, I throw the weight this way, and we go over this way, okay? So I'll do Indian clubs in a separate video as well. But that's it. So hopefully you've got a couple of stretches in here. I know I've waffled on a bit, and this is quite a long video, but there's so much to tell in this area alone. So if you have any questions, please just fire them away. Cheers, guys.